right, welcome to practice, everyone.
Today's oracle is John Coltrane. John says, take your solo, but give others their moment too. If you follow your own truth, there are no false notes, and find beauty in the unexpected.
Nice. Works very well for today. All right, we're just going to start in the seated position. So if you'd like to prop up your sit bones a little higher than the knees, that's usually great to extend the spine. You can sit in a chair if you like, whatever works for you, but ideally you feel relaxed and like you can just let go of whatever is in your mind. Whenever we're uncomfortable, our body keeps sending us messages to move all the time. So try and find a place that you can just stay in for 5 minutes. You might like to close down the eyes. You might bring your attention to sound. Maybe the cars outside your house, maybe music, incidental sounds around you. Or you might bring your attention to the feeling of your sit bones pressing into the block or the seat or the ground. Feeling within your body. What can I relax or soften into the support of the earth? You might scan through your face and get a sense if there's any tension in the jaw, the cheeks, teeth. If your mind is off thinking about future things, we might remind ourselves whenever we want more than what we have here and now, we simply deny ourselves the ability to enjoy life as it is. We can try and convince ourselves that this denial is a good thing, but we can only live in the here and now. So we slow things down, we find stillness to remind ourselves of this. Remind ourselves that when we want more than we are, we're diluting our ability to enjoy life. Let's take our hands down by the side. We'll turn the palms up and we'll lift up. Palms are light today. Feel like we're reaching up. And then turn the palms side out. Elbows are wide. Just feel like you're pushing energy down from busy, busy mind into the mid part of our body. Let's try that again. Lifting light as a feather. Sinking down heavy. One more time. Let's bring our hand to heart center, bottom hand to our lower belly. It's going to take a moment in our breath. Right, remember that our most functional breath is through our nose. So we inhale through our nose. We can exhale through the nose too, or we can sigh it out, whatever works for us. Just feel into the rhythm of the breath without trying to change it. As we inhale, our lower belly expands out. And as we exhale, we let go of whatever is not serving us. And give the breath all the time it needs to fully extend out. Breathing in, we invite calm and ease, well-being into the body. Through our breath, we can find harmony and balance. And as we exhale out, we might feel like we're letting go of fixed ideas or strong grasp of what we are or what we need, what we want. Whenever we want more than we are diluting the here and now. So we just watch our breath. Might feel a slight sense of calm come into the body. Whenever you're ready, if your eyes are closed, you can blink them open. Today's practice, we're going to do some acupressure points on our stomach and spleen meridian lines. This is the earth element of Chinese medicine, one of the 5 elements. And earth is for the summer season, and it's also the kind of period of transition in between all the other seasons. So there's obviously 5 elements and only 4 seasons. So earth is kind of the odd one. And earth is about balance, about harmony, about being as nature is without pushing too far beyond where you are. We're going to start with a point, actually not one of these points, but this point in the webbing of our fingers, our Hegu point. This is actually on our large intestine meridian. We're just going to start here because it's a point of healing. So trace your thumb up the webbing of between your thumb and forefinger until you nearly reach the point where the bones meet. And then we want to press in here with the flat part of the thumb. So point to relieve pain and stress in the body. Just hold it in here for a minute or so. And take small circles if you like. You can find this point any time of the day when you feel a little agitated and you want to bring some calm whenever pain comes into your consciousness. Whenever your body's sending those signals, those messages that it's not happy, you can bring your attention to this point. And let's just switch straight to the other side. Our Hegu point. As you press in, you might keep your attention on the breath. Just breathing in to calm the body. Breathing out, maybe to smile. All right, we're going to come into a little bit of a leg massage. If you're on a block, maybe take it out. We're going to extend one leg flat in front of the body. And then we're going to use our hands like 2 kind of clamps, pincers. And we're going to have our thumbs on the top, either side of our femur bone, that big long bone on top of our leg, and the other ones are going to come underneath the leg. And we're just going to work our way up our leg. Make sure you don't dump too much into your lower back. You want to be extending through the thoracic spine. And you can just work your way up slowly. You might take small circles in each spot. Just move up an inch or so, up and down either side of that bone. And at the same time, feeling that sense of underneath as well. So we're just moving energy through these lines. So then we're going to bend that leg and we're going to do the same thing, but this time our fingers are on the top, either side of our shin bone, and thumbs are underneath, pressing into that mango of our calf. And just move and work your way up and down that leg. And then we might interlace the fingers and clamp under and just grab the meat of the mango and just squeeze it in between your palms. We're going to find a couple of acupressure points on our feet now. Hopefully you can see this. This is another point on our stomach line. Now, if you flex your foot, you'll see all the lines come up from your toes in towards your ankle. And there's a divot point right in the middle at the top of your foot. So we're looking for that point. This is stomach 42. It's right in that kind of divot point, in between your leg and your foot. And we just want to find it with the flat part of our thumb. Again, maybe small circles. Stomach is the center of creativity in our body. I guess when we feel bloated, when we feel like we're not eating the right thing, or when food is stuck in our body, we tend to not be too inspired, not be too creative. And when we bring our stomach meridian line into balance, it means our stomach is working. It's turning the food we eat into the energy that we need to be creative and write a great song, make a great painting, all kinds of creativity, not even those types, just creativity in terms of thinking of new things to do, things that might inspire us work-wise or in our personal lives, hobbies. And then we're going to extend that leg out. We've done this one before, the stomach 36 point, very famous acupressure point called the extra mile point. We want it about 3 finger widths below the shin bone. So if you trace the top of your shin bone, just go to the outside of it, and then just 3 finger widths down. We can press in here with our thumb, or I always like to bring my opposite heel into it. That way I can lean back into the hands. Just roll the heel. Now this is a point for extra energy. So if you ever haven't slept well, or you feel fatigue and tiredness in the body, you can always try this point. It's worked for me before. Sometimes we have those weird waves of tiredness come over us in the middle of the day and feels a little confusing. We just need to stimulate energy within our body, get our blood, our chi moving, organs functioning as they are meant to. Now we're going to come down to our spleen line. So again, we want to find on the foot, on the ball of the foot on the side, our spleen runs right up the inside arch of our foot. So we just want to come underneath the ball of the foot on the side. This is a spleen point. Just press in here. Spleen, of course, is the thing that takes the nutrients from the stomach and helps us use them for whatever we need to do. And sometimes we can, again, feel a little stuck if the spleen is not working, the pancreas is not working. And so we can move into these points and helps us with our intention, with our determination to follow through and get things done. So if we're procrastinating, if we're feeling a little bit stuck or like we're half finishing things, we always want to be working into our spleen. Spleen line is the yin line that runs up the inside lines of our body. Let's do another spleen line. This one is 4 finger widths up from the ankle, on the inside of your ankle. You want to press inside the bone. Just find that spot on the inside of the shin. I know it's a bit hard with the camera angles, but pressing in here. All right, let's draw that foot into the side of the leg. See if you can pull the flesh away from your sit bones a little, just so your back is extended up and we're not dumping into the spine. We're going to lean with our elbow over that leg. Shoulder is stacked over the elbow, and we just want to roll our arm. Knee should be close to the ground if you can. And we're not just using our body weight, using gravity to feel into the support of the earth. And this time we're just working up into the top part of our spleen line on the leg. All right. Let's lift this foot up. We'll just open up through the hip joint, bring a little bit of movement into the body. And then let's take the arms behind and we'll just windscreen wiper the legs from side to side. And we'll come around to the other side. Let's start with that leg massage. So we're taking out 2, what do you call them? Pincers. Pincers.
Yeah.
The 2 pincers either side of our femur bone and under our leg. So work your way up and down. Got any pain in the back, you can keep sitting on a block or you can stay in a chair if you like. And then let's reverse the pincers, come the other way, down the leg. Let's find our clamp, our vice at the back, drawing the mango in. And then we're going to extend that leg out. Let's find our stomach 36 point on the outside of that leg. 4 finger widths down from the knee, outside of the shin bone. You might find it with your ankle. And let's come down to that point at the top of our foot. So again, if you flex the foot, you'll feel that little divot right where all the metatarsals of your foot meet, or the yin lines meet, middle of the foot, just below the ankle crease. Small circles. So stomach 42. Now let's find those spleen lines. So the one that's in just under the big toe, on the inside arch of the foot, small circles. And then let's do the one that's just 4 finger widths up from the ankle bone, just on the inside of that bone that runs along the inside of your leg. And now we'll bring that foot into the side of the body. Take the knee down low. We want to shift our balance so we're leaning shoulder over the elbow. And just roll it out. All right, let's pick up this leg. We're just going to open through the hip. And allow your straight leg to move around. Don't have to keep it stuck. Just moving energy through the body. And then we're going to extend our legs all the way out. See if you can grow tall. You might even lift your arms up and then just fold forward. Just take a moment. Side out. I'm not trying to stretch a long way, but just allowing gravity to hold us here. And heels are pressing into the floor. Knees might be a little bit bent, but you should feel a strong sensation under the legs. And sigh it out. All right, let's slowly lift up. We're going to come back onto our elbows. So draw the knees up. Prop yourself up on your elbows. If you have a ball, grab it. If you don't, we can just use our knuckles for this next one. We're going to try and get into our TFL and our piriformis. These are muscles under that work into us externally rotating our hips, and we hold a lot of tension here. So if you have a ball, you might just place it under your hip bones and that fleshy part of the glutes. And then we're just going to slowly open our leg out. Just take it as wide as you can. And then you might experiment changing the place of the ball. We're looking for those trigger points. Now, if you have just your knuckles, that's fine too. Just place it so you're protecting your fingers, and then just roll over your knuckles. Feel into where you might be holding tension in this part of the body. So with all the myofascial release we do, which is a fancy word for just trying to find these parts of knots or tension that we hold in our body, where stress or trauma might be kind of stuck and not moving. And we always know when we find it, you'll find a part of your body that's just particularly tender. The idea with myofascial release is just to find that spot and hold it. There's a few different techniques you can use. You can just find the spot and use compression, just hold it in place without any movement. Or you can use, if you're using the ball, just roll along the ball, along that muscle. And you might find you get a better release from rolling. You can also decide to go across the muscle, which is a bit of a different feeling. And then the other thing you can do is just pin it in place, and then you might stretch the body. You might lift a leg. You might bring the foot across into a figure four and then roll a little. So whichever of these methods you use, just experiment and be a little playful and curious, moving the ball around and see if you can find these points of tension. You can hold a particular spot for 30 seconds or a minute, 2 minutes, as long as it takes for that feeling to dissipate from the body. You might sigh it out, let it go. If you feel like you've done enough on that side, let's switch to the other side. Feeling under that hip joint, rolling the ball throughout that glute area. You don't want to have the ball directly under a bone. You're looking for the muscle around it. When our muscles are engaged, they protect our joints. So we want to just bring the body into a sense of stillness. This is when we might find that release that takes away the tension in our muscles. If you find a spot that's particularly intense, just breathe through it. We teach ourselves to cope with difficulties in this way. We can't always run towards pleasure and avoid pain. As much as we'd like to. Sigh out. All right, if you feel ready, we're going to slowly press ourselves up, wrapping our hands around our feet. We're drawing our feet together. You might want to just tuck your tailbone in under a little, and we're going to roll from side to side, Should feel a little sense of ease now that we've moved into the glutes and maybe relieved a little stress in our hips. Just be as playful as you can, curious, exploring. These are all great qualities for the beginner's mind. Beginner's mind has many possibilities. Expert mind has few. Expert mind is limited. Beginner's mind has unlimited potential. All right, let's bring ourselves back to a little bit of stillness. I'm going to prop up on my block again. If you'd like to join me. We're going to just massage into the bottom of our feet. We're going to find our kidney 1 point, our bubbling spring point. This is such a key energy intro point into the body. Just bring your thumb under the sole of your feet, and we're looking for the bottom of the ball of that foot in between the big toe and the second toe. And we just want to massage into that spot. And then we're going to move the thumbs another inch or so in towards the body along the same line. So you're now sort of towards the middle of your foot, on the sole. And then we're going to lift and move another inch, so you're just under the middle of the foot. Now we're going to lift the thumbs and move them towards the inner arch of the foot. When you get nearly to the end, press in there. Now we move back towards the toe, lift up an inch towards the toe, still on the inner arch of the foot. And now we lift another inch, we're back towards that spleen point on the inner arch of under the big toe. Just take small circles. And now let's wrap our hands around the feet. We're just going to allow our head to be heavy. Standing down. Slowly lift the head up. We're going to stretch our legs out in front of the body. And again, we want to reach tall. So feel like your neck is long and chin is tucked a little. We're going to inhale to grow tall. And as we exhale, we're going to just reach around to the side, place our hands down. So we want to stretch through the thoracic spine, side out. Inhale to come back to the center, pressing through the tailbones, feel tall. Exhale, turn to the other side. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, twist. Inhale to grow tall. Exhale, twist. Find your own rhythm with the breath here. You want all the twists to be through the mid part of the spine. back. Let's take our feet wide now. And again, just maybe lift up the flesh of your tailbone. Feel like we're extending through the upper part of our spine. We're going to inhale to take our arms out wide. Exhale, reach towards opposite foot. Inhale to lift up again. Exhale to twist. Inhale to reach up. Find your own rhythm here. Should feel a strong sensation under the legs. Just moving that flow of energy from bubbling spring point all the way through our body up to our kidneys. And whenever you're ready, we can roll back. Let's bring our knees all the way into our belly, wrap our arms around. Just give our spine a little massage, side out. Keeping your spine heavy, tailbone down. You might like to reach through, draw the knees in towards the chest, happy baby. Pressing the feet into the hands. Pulling the knees into the chest, side out. Whenever you're ready, we're going to come into a seated position. You might like to take a little roll up the spine on your way there. And then let's meet in a seated position. We're going to finish today's practice with that meditation where we smile to our organs. Let's bring our hands to heart center, palm pressing into palm. It's a very simple meditation where we embrace our smile, and we generally start this meditation by just bringing our attention to our tongue resting on the roof of our mouth, and then we draw the tip of the tongue up the roof of the mouth until we reach that point where it kind of tingles a little bit. And then we just draw up the corners of our mouth into a smile. You might sense the muscles in your face relaxing as you take a smile. It can only be a small one if you like. The corners of our mouth is where the yin meridian lines meet in the body. Let's start our meditation with our heart. If you like, you can place hands over the heart. We're trying to bring our smile into this part of our body. So just visualize heart in your body. Maybe smile. If you'd like to repeat these words in your own mind, you can. I smile to my heart. All day and every day it pumps blood throughout my body. And then we cross our hands over, just meeting at the wrist points. Find those lung points under the collarbone, inside the shoulder. Bring our attention to this part of our body. We might take a breath, feeling the expansion of the lungs. Maybe smile to our lungs. All day and every day, our lungs bring us new oxygen to every part of our body. Now let's bring our hands to our liver. It's on the right side under the rib cage. We might smile to our liver, giving thanks. All day and every day, our liver purifies our blood. We move our hands over to our spleen, our pancreas. We might smile to our spleen. We've worked into those energy points today. Maybe we'll find we have a little more energy for our day ahead. I smile to the spleen all day and every day. My spleen converts the energy of the food I eat into the energy that I need. Gives me intention, determination to keep moving, get things done. Let's take our hands to the back of our spine, our lumbar spine. Maybe rub a little around that area to our kidneys. Might smile to our kidneys all day and every day. Kidneys remove the toxins, liquids in our body. Give thanks to the kidneys. Let's draw our hands together. Just create a little bit of heat. Maybe bring the hands up to the face, just spending a moment in gratitude for our decision to practice today, and maybe become a little aware of what's going on in our body and form small intentions to change our behaviors, to practice again. Many thanks for sharing the energy of this practice with us today, and we'll be back tomorrow for some more yin type release. It'll be a full yin yoga session. Hope you can join.